We got a Sheryl Crow song here, It Makes You Happy, in the key of G major. So we got a G major chord, G, B, D. If we take the D and move it down an octave, then it's here. Sometimes I use this voicing. And there's that suspension thing, so we got G in the bass. It's just a G chord with G in the bass, and then it does the suspension, but it keeps G in the bass. So the G and the B up here suspend up to a A and a C, and then there's an E. That's the main part of the verse. And then there's that, it goes to that C. Just briefly, back to the G thing. And then it goes to C again. And I do a little suspension. You can do, it's similar to the G. I don't know, you could either do just the suspend the 4. That usually sounds pretty good if you want. Or if you want to suspend the to the 4 and the 2. It's up to you. And then it goes to a D, back to C, it hits the D. If it makes you happy. So the chorus here goes to the second tone of the scale. It's a minor chord, it's an A minor. To the 4, C major, to the 1, G, to the 5, D, 2, 4, 1, 5. But it doesn't repeat indefinitely. Then why the hell are you so sad? But it is that one time going out of the chorus where it goes to an E minor. On E minor for a while. It just adds a little variety. It's kind of like a bridge, I guess. I don't think there's any vocals to that part. But I think this song is a good example for today because it's mostly just using, on the verse anyway, it's using the chords G, C, D, which is your 1, your 4, and your 5, right? And those are the 3 chords, the 1, the 4, and the 5. 3 chords that occur major, as major chords. In the key of G major, which we're in. So if you build a chord, a triad, on each tone of the scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back to 1, up an octave. Then you get 3 of those chords. Play it right. 3 of those chords, the G, the C, and the D, the 1, the 4, and the 5, are going to be your major chords. And the 1, the 4, and 5 are super popular for making songs, right? In rock and roll, there's tons of examples. To anyone who wanted 4 hours to go, I wanna be sedated. That's just 1, 4, 5, 1. Right? There's thousands of examples where you're using your 1, your 4, and your 5. And those are the 3 chords that are major in the key, in the major key. The 1, the 4, and 5. right? And then the minor chords are going to be your 2, your 3, and your 6. Now your 7 is the oddball with a diminished. The 7 is always going to be diminished. But it doesn't matter what key you're in any key, the 1, the 4, the 5 are going to be major, the 2, the 3, and the 6 are going to be minor, and the 7 is going to be a diminished. So this chorus is just using chords that fall into the key signature naturally. On the 2, the A minor, and then the 4, which is a C. Now let me talk a little bit about voicing here. I'm voicing this A minor just in root position, 1, 3, 5, right? A, C, E. But the C, instead of jumping from here to here, I'd have to shift my wrist up a little bit, and I know it's not that far, but instead I'm just going to do a different voicing where I just move this A to a G. And it's like a C major chord, C, E, G. Well, it is a C major chord, except I'm taking that G, putting it down an octave. And the bass, I'm still going to have a C. So that's just voice leading, where I don't want to shift around too much. I just have to move my thumb a little bit. I don't even have to move my wrist around at all, right? I go to that C, which is the 4, and then I go to the 1. From here, I just have to shift these 2 notes here. Then I've got a G major. So here's your C, and then to your G. And then from here to the 5, which it goes to next, which is, I could jump down like that. I could go from here to here. But instead of jumping, I'm just gonna do my F sharp, A, D. So I don't have to move my hand around too much, and it kind of makes it smoother overall to voice lead like that. Just got to think ahead a little bit sometimes and think like, okay, how can I make this next chord and do it the closest to my hand? Sometimes it sounds cool to play around with different voicings that jump around. I mean, you can use that as a good effect, but a lot of times you don't want to be jumping around too much. It gives it a nice smooth sound with the proper voice leading. And then going out of that, why the hell are you so, to the E minor. It uses the word sad on E minor, goes to the minor, which evokes kind of a sad mood, usually minor chords. So that's an interesting part there. A little chord play, word play. And that E minor is just the 6, right? So remember we made a chord based on each tone of the scale. When we get to the 6, we're on an E minor. So these chords that she's using in this song are just all the normal chords that fit into the key of G major naturally. Just order them in a specific way to fit the melody and to sound interesting. That's why I wanted to choose this song. There's no tricks, just basic chords from the key of G major. On guitar, it's not that hard. G. I do this little suspension thing though. I'm not playing all 6 strings. I'm just doing finger style. Picking out what I want. It's more interesting to me that way. And I can get that suspension properly. And then it goes to that C, and there's a D. You all know how to play a C and a D, right? To get to the chorus, A minor makes you happy. C, it can't be that bad. G, D, if it makes you happy. Why the hell are you so? Hit that E minor there at the end, or in the middle of the song, or whatever. Anyway, pretty straightforward on guitar.